Hello viewers, and thank you for joining us on another episode of Crime and Road Safety Watch, a program proudly brought to you by the Zimbabwe Republic Police. I'm your host, Onesisa Sivanda. The Zimbabwe Republic Police hosted its annual Senior Officers Conference at the S23E13 Golf Club recently. The Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe Kazembe, officially opened this event.
This conference comes on the heels of the S23E13 Strategic Plan Midterm Review. This process presented an opportunity to refocus and determine whether the organization is sailing in the right direction or not. Self-introspection and a thorough interrogation of issues militating against progress is cardinal. The Strategic Performance Update Reports, SPU, we received from the Office of the Commissioner General indicated that the organization recorded a total of 296,966 cases during the period 1 January to 30 August 2023, compared to 264,400 cases received during the same period in the year 2022. This reflects an increase of 12% in crime against the objective of limiting its growth to 7%. You will note that in spite of this target being reviewed from 3% as an organization, you still fell short. Such a trajectory is not only perilous, but is a poignant indictment. As ministry, we become severely disempowered to lobby for more resources when there is a lack of reciprocal performance. On the part of government, a firm commitment to continue resourcing the police has been shown by honoring the promise of the Phased Capacity Development Initiative. During our last engagement, I indicated that government had acquired more vehicles for police stations, as well as those for the command. All of us here present can attest to the fruition of this promise. This is eloquent testimony that government, under the astute leadership of His Excellency the President, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, is alive to the fact that peace and security, as well as the institutions that ring-fence it, are an integral component in the successful pursuit of national aspirations. As police, therefore, you must redouble your efforts in guaranteeing a safer Zimbabwe for all its citizens. I am thus hopeful that the crime trend reports we will receive by the close of the year will project a more desirable trajectory. An effective public order management strategy is one of the foundational pillars of the maintenance and sustenance of peace and stability. Recreational facilities and public utilities, such as sports stadiums, should remain havens of peace, fun, and sportsmanship. I am highly disturbed by the violence recorded in Baba Field Stadium on the 10th of September 2023. During a soccer match between Highlanders and Dynamos football clubs. Such incidences trigger an important dialogue amongst police authorities. If anything, it is a very sobering litmus test for our capabilities to handle spontaneous public disorder situations. Your discourse, therefore, should evolve around an evaluation of the effectiveness of the obtaining public order management regimes, requisite public order management equipment, and the selection of appropriate personnel for potentially violent incidences, among other important matters. As ministry, I wish to reiterate that in pursuit of peace, security, and order, the safety of our men and women in uniform is non-negotiable.
The Commissioner General of Police, Thandabantu Godwin Matanga, also gave his remarks.
We have once again gathered for a retrospective session, which has now become a permanent event in our organizational culture as we seek to enhance service delivery in line with our constitutional mandate, which dovetails with the expectations of our clients. Our core business as police is creating a crime-free society by combating crime through intensified police operations, heightened police visibility, and vigilance at all times. We are all aware that the scourge of drug and substance abuse is ravaging communities, mainly the youth, who in some circumstances end up committing serious crimes, besides themselves being a burden to society. Just recently, in the Harare Central Business District, we recorded crimes committed in the most gruesome manner, suggesting that the perpetrators were either under the influence of drugs or some kind of mental derangement. This is an indictment to the future of the country, and we should take it upon ourselves to bring this menace to a stop. I am grateful for the resources that have been availed to the organization by government, in particular motor vehicles and fuel, which have brought huge relief to stations across the country. While we'll still have some challenges in mobilizing other resources for the policing mandate, I am positive that incrementally we shall get there. Allow me to move to traffic. Traffic management remains a problematic area, particularly in urban areas. During the period under review, road traffic accidents increased by 15%. As law enforcement agencies, we need to continuously redouble our efforts through operations such as the recent Operation Tame the Traffic Jungle to curb carnage, as well as restraining the reckless behavior on the roads, eliminating unroadworthy vehicles, among other factors. And I've always taken great exception to the lack of supervision by some commanders. This is somehow contrary to your elevation to positions of authority, wherein effective supervision should punctuate your diaries. The supervision of dockets and investigations remain casual. Some of the challenges that confront the organization are an indictment on those charged with the burden of supervision. I will not continue articulating the gravity of this matter. Let the wise heed the voice of warning. The shameful conduct by some members, as well as corruption by rogue elements within the rank and file, continues to taint the image of the organization. May I reiterate that the organization will not condone indiscipline of whatever form. All Iran police officers, regardless of rank, have thus been put on notice. I am fully cognizant of the multitude of challenges spanning from social to economic that confront police officers each day. I have been conferring with my deputies and indeed all of you on ways to improve the welfare of members of the police service. These contemporary difficulties shall come to pass too. Thus, we should remain determined to deliver quality service to the people of this great nation. We shall continue to lobby government to improve the conditions of service of police officers, especially the provision of decent salaries, residential accommodation and allowances, among other things.
Moving on, the world celebrated World Mental Health Day on Tuesday, the 10th of October. In a society that is mentally healthy, violent crimes like murder will be on a decrease or even cease to exist, as people will open up about their problems or even learn to solve their conflicts peacefully. The ZRP National Spokesperson, Assistant Commissioner Paul Nyati, speaks about mental health in relation to crime.
The Zimbabwe Public Police takes note of the World Health Mental Day with regards to the efforts to fight crime in the country and the world at large, where we've realized that some murder cases or violent crimes are committed by people who are mentally ill, where some of them they will be under the influence of drugs, or where you have instances of people who are abusing drugs and other substances. In the process, they commit crimes which include murder, crimes which include rape. So we want to urge Zimbabweans, we want to urge communities to ensure that the well-being of people who are mentally ill is seriously taken into consideration, in terms of having them accessing medication, in terms of them being looked after, especially where you find that some of them, they've used lethal weapons such as iron bars, such as knives, even axes, to strike innocent people who include family members. So that's why we are pleading with the communities not to look down upon people who are mentally challenged, not look down upon people who are mentally ill, but to ensure that they access the relevant services, which also include counseling, and in the process will be assisting the Zimbabwe Public Police in the maintenance of law and order and also the well-being of people who are mentally ill.
With that story, we take a short break. Join us in the second segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch. We are in the second segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch. Thank you for staying with us. CID Minerals Flora and Fauna Unit arrested 6 accused persons for 5 counts of robbery and recovered 150 kgs of pregnant carbon. Let us get the story in detail.
Just recently, our detectives in Chinhoyi arrested 6 accused persons who were wreaking havoc in and around Mashonaland West Province. The accused persons were targeting minors who were conducting cyanidation, a process which is meant for gold recovery. The arrest came after our detectives got wind that there was an abandoned vehicle that was suspected to have been used in the commission of the crime. They quickly reacted to the information and recovered the motor vehicle. And upon search, they recovered a cell phone, which became a lead to their investigations, and arrested one of the accused persons in Kadoma. And upon further investigations, he implicated his accomplices who were later on arrested in Kadoma and Chinhoyi. The accused persons have since been taken to court and were remanded in custody awaiting trial. We continue to call upon minors and the business community to engage reputable companies when seeking security services. We also encourage you to employ an array of security measures at your premises. This includes the CCTVs, motion sensors, as well as alarm systems.
That story takes us to this week's traffic safety segment. Let us hear more from the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe.
On this week's segment of traffic safety, we are talking about cyclist safety, which are the rules and regulations that govern cyclists as they use the roads. A cyclist is a person who moves from one place to another using either a bicycle or a tricycle. As compared to motorists, cyclists are liable to injury or death as a result of road traffic crashes because they are not always protected. Cycles are classified as vehicles, and for that reason, cyclists should always adhere to the traffic laws that govern motorists. Since your bicycle is classified as a vehicle, you should always ride at the extreme left of the road, and if it's more than 2 of you, you should ride in a single file. The law requires your bicycle to have a bell, which is meant to communicate with other road users, a white headlamp, which helps you to see your way at night, a rear and front brakes, which helps you to stop, a rear red reflector, which enables drivers of motor vehicles who will be following you to see you at night. You are also required to wear a crash helmet, which protects your head against injuries in the event of a road crash. In addition to this, you are required to also wear reflectors or bright colors for visibility. Just like a driver, you should also carry out pre-checks before you embark on a journey to check if all components are in good condition. You should ride a bicycle of the correct size. Do not ride a bicycle that is either too small or too big. You are also advised not to weave in and out of the road, as this disturbs other road users from moving smoothly. You are required to also communicate with other motorists using hand signals. You should keep both your hands on the handlebars to ensure full control of the bicycle unless you are signaling. Do not cling to the back of the vehicles or other cyclists when you are cycling. If the vehicle stops suddenly, you will crash. The law does not require you to carry goods or passengers more than 40 kgs on your carrier. A cyclist below the age of 16 is not allowed to carry passengers on his carrier. Upon reaching your destination, you are required to park your bicycle at a curb or a cycle stand. As Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, we say a road is a shared space, and for that reason, all road users should share the road amicably to avoid road crashes.
We are in the third and final segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch. Following a case that occurred in Mutoko recently, where a 4-year-old girl was allegedly kidnapped and raped by a 52-year-old man, the Therapy Mashonaland East Women Network paid a visit to the victim, who has since been discharged from hospital and is currently staying in Epworth.
Mwana akakidnapwa ndobva asungwa urwi. Akasungwa netambo. Asi semuonere edu isu senge isiri tambo, vakatanga vamucheka mumaside umu. Ndobva wangozosunga netambo kuti tambo ikurumidzi yasvika kunodi kunosunga urwi. Vapedza kumusunga vakabva vamurepa. Saka vamurepa kudaro mwana akamhanyiswa kuchipatara mushure mekunge awanikwa. VekwaMutoko vakati vakabva vatitransfer kuHarare Hospital vachiona condition yange ine mwana. Wese anga akazvimba kubva pachest up nepahuro apa nemusoro nekufesi. Ndikangoti kwese kuno kumusoro kwako akazvimba. Saka takaenda naye kuHarare Hospital ndobva anoitwa scan yemusoro. Akaonekwa zvichinzi oxygen yakanonoka kusvika kubrain. Zvakaita kuti brain dzake dzibve dzatokanganisika. Izvezvi haachambooni, kana kutaura haachatauri, kana kunzwa isu tinoti anonzwa pamwe haatonzwi. Hatizivi because chero achichema ukada kumunyaradza haanyarari, pamwe anenge asingatotindwi kuti tiri kutomuti nyarara. Kugara haachatombokwanisi kugara, kufamba haachambokwanisi kufamba, anongoswera akarara. Saizvozvo pakudya chaipo rurimi rwake harusumuki kuenda mudenga. Unongoramba rwakarara, chero akachema sei runenge rwakangorara. Zvoricho choda kumupa mvura, hafu inopinda, hafu inodzoka. Choringa aporiji unotota rekumupa nesirinji rinotongonanga kupi kuhuro. Mumedzero waanotoita nehuro yachona, huro yake inenge ichirire. Haambomedzi kunge zvatinoita isusu tiri normal. Chiremba akatideedza semhuri. Akatikuudza condition ine mwana nepatasvika izvezvi. Nokuti mwana haana chaachakwanisa kuita, atodzokera pakuita mwana mudiki, zvichipurikidza nekukuvara kwaakaita. Uyu kuti titi achasimuka kufamba zvaanga achiita asati akuvara, hatichadaro nekuti condition yaanayo yachona haichaitisa izvozvo. Kana kuti achaita normal kunge vamwe vana, hazvichakwanisiki nenhau yestate yake. Vachiti isusu pamarapiro edu ndo patagumira. Tinotomera semhuri, because isusu tinorarama nekurima. Izvezvi tinenge takangogara saamai vemwana handina chaachakwanisa kuita nekuti mwana haana chaachakwanisa kuita, ndine chingori paari nguva zhinji. Zvekutoti zvatotomera tiri kutokumbirawo rubatsiro kumhuri yeZimbabwe kuti tibatsirwewo maringe nekurapwa kwemwana.
Imi kana paitika mhosva yekubatwa kuchibharo, kasirai kunoripota kumapurisa. Chero mwana akatobatwa nabhudhi wake zviriko zvibitika. Handiti? First port of call enda kumapurisa. Umbo uchakwanisa kuti kuunganidzikika. Ndizvo vabereki. Right. Saka ndoda kutenda manyaude nokuti vakakasira kuziva kuti kune mapurisa. Vakauya kumapurisa. Ndosaka nhasi muchitiona tauya kuno. Ndosaka muchionazve takakwanisa kuti vasungwa vaende kukoti nenguva yakadi yakakodzera. Zvikanonokerwa vanotiza, hatizovawani. Chimwe zvechinhu chandinoda kutaura nezvacho ndechekuti munamato wedu kuti justice ite prevail panyaya yemwana. Justice delayed is justice denied. Tinongonamata kuti ngaikasire kuva inoitwa bring to conclusion nyaya yake. Uyezve sezvamanzwa tauya nema expert edu vanoona nezveutano chinangwa chedu chekuti vaasesewo paruzivo rwavo kuti zvimwe zvingava zvinoshotera pamwana uyu.
In other news, the Zimbabwe Republic Police will be hosting the traditional Commissioner General of Police Funfair on the 4th of November. This is a platform where police officers and members of the public interact in a relaxed and fun-filled environment. Members of the public will be treated to entertainment from Baba Harare, Andy Murito, Baba Namai Charamba, Chill Spot, Jazz Signal, the Zimbabwe Republic Police Dance Band, and many more. There will also be amazing displays from the ZRP display team. Children are not to be left out, as there will be horse rides, jumping castles, chariot rides, among other activities. Gates will be open at 7 a.m. Make a date with us, come in numbers, and have fun with your police officers and their families. This takes us to people on the police wanted list. ZRP Lupane is looking for proud Sibanda aged 29 of Holomoka Village, Chief Mapigwa Lupane, for a case of rape. Vusumuzi Matuta aged 19 of Lupaka Village, Chief Mapigwa Lupane, is wanted by ZRP Lupane for a case of murder. ZRP Lupane is also looking for Kubegani Moyo aged 45 of Lupahaswana Village, Chief Mapigwa Lupane, for a case of rape. Should you have any information that may assist in locating any of those wanted persons, feel free to visit any nearest police establishment or contact us on the following details. Call us on our National Complaints Desk number 0242 703 631. Visit our website www.zrp.gov.zw or email us on feedback@zrp.gov.zw. You can also get in touch with us on our Twitter handle @PoliceZimbabwe or on our Facebook page Zimbabwe Republic Police. You can also watch all Crime and Road Safety Watch episodes on our ZRP YouTube channel Zimbabwe Republic Police. It has been a pleasure having you along. From me, Onesisa Sivanda, and the crew behind the scenes. Pleasant viewing.